Good evening. My name is Jean Reynolds, and I have the wonderful privilege of supervising performing arts for Pinellas County Schools. Our concert's going to begin in just a few moments, so if you've not done so already, this is the time, to silence those cell phones, and we remind you that there's no videotaping or photography in the hall. But I'm delighted to tell you that this concert is being recorded by our wonderful colleagues in the Strategic Communications Department and will be uploaded to the Pinellas County Schools YouTube channel. It will also be aired at a later date on WPDS-TV. As we're getting ready to start the concert, I just want to give you a moment to take a behind-the-scenes look at our middle school performing groups, getting ready for the 2 days of concerts that are just about to begin. So let's take a look.
The importance of the all-county concerts is that we take all of these students from around the county and all of the different performing arts areas, and we really get to showcase how great the music instruction is in Pinellas County. We have students that are excelling in band and orchestra and strings and choir, and it's a really important moment for us to show the importance of music education in our district.
Being in the all-county band is a great experience because I just love everything about how we get to meet new people and we can relate to each other and everything, and we have each other's back. People here are really friendly and stuff, and I'm just really happy.
The best part of all-county is just being part of the honor band, learning how to play my instrument better, being a better musician all in all.
Being a member of the all-county band is fun because I get to play challenging music that sounds pretty cool.
One of the greatest things that the students get from an experience of being in all-county is they're working with world-class conductors that we bring in from around the country. They also are really getting to know students from different schools who share different experiences, and one of the unifying things that we have together is making music, so that's a really powerful opportunity for them to connect with each other. Performing at the Mahaffey Theater is truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience for these kids. I wish I had it when I was growing up. To be on that stage and to look out in the audience and see an entire professional hall full of people who are there to support you and cheer you on in your music and your educational endeavors is really a special experience.
I'm all right with performing there. It's just I've always went there to watch plays and stuff or field trips, and now I'm actually going to be in it. Just feel good about it.
The importance of music in education today really can't be overstated. It's teaching students how to create, how to be artistic, how to make connections. We can talk about the periphery where it's helping them read and sequence and all of that stuff, but one of the unique things about music is that they really truly learn how to communicate and become artists.
Okay, you're in for an extraordinary evening. Our students have had a chance to work with some of the finest conductors I have ever seen. It's been really inspiring for me. My co-host for this evening will be Jason O'Bara, who is our current Pinellas County Music Educators Association president, but he's also a top 10 finalist for Pinellas County Teacher of the Year. We're just a little proud. So if you would please welcome to the stage Mr. Jason O'Bara.
Thank you, Mrs. Reynolds. My name is Jason O'Bara, and I am the current president of the Pinellas County Music Educators Association. I'm so happy to be here with you this evening, and I am honored to introduce our first performing group of the evening. Our all-county middle school band is under the direction of Ms. Heather Lundahl. Ms. Lundahl is a true master teacher, and it really has been inspiring to watch her work with our students this week. As a middle school director, some of the best professional development we get is watching other master teachers teach our students. As you have read in your program, Ms. Lundahl is well respected as a music educator and musician across the United States. She has earned many well-deserved accolades, and her bands have consistently received superior ratings throughout her 15-year career. We're excited to have a clinician of her caliber right here in the Tampa Bay area. The middle school band program this evening will be Triton Fanfare, New Forest March, A Child's Embrace, Highlights from Harry Potter, and Red Hills Saga. Please join me in welcoming the 2018 middle school band under the direction of Ms. Heather Lundahl.
Thank you very, very much. This is just such a joy to be here tonight. We're so excited to start off the show for you. We're going to keep the music going and give you a march so you're sure to be able to tap your toe to. Before our final piece, I do just need to say a few thank yous and just express my appreciation for being given the opportunity to come and conduct these fine young people. We started together on Friday night. As you know, they of course had a rehearsal on Thursday, and the preparation leading up to it is not unnoticed by me, and we've had a wonderful time. I want to especially thank Mrs. Jean Reynolds, Supervisor of Performing Arts for Pinellas County, and the Pinellas County Music Educators Association for the opportunity. Parents, you guys, super, super wonderful job you are doing. I am a parent, and I know I love to hear from other people that work with my children when they're doing good things, and you're raising fine, young people. And this is our future, and it's just such a pleasure to see this fine level of human beingism happening and being fostered, and not to mention the great musicianship. Teachers, Pinellas County band directors, music teachers, thank you so much for preparing your kids so very well. It's been easy for me to come in and conduct these wonderful kids. So thank you. Your dedication to your craft is not going unnoticed and very worthwhile. A special thank you to our middle school band coordinator. You saw him speaking so eloquently in the video package earlier, Mr. Dan Taylor. He's taken care of everything for me so that I can come in and do the fun part, which is great. So Dan, thank you so much. And also I had a great director who was helping with the percussion section this whole weekend for me, Mr. Ben Pyatt from Tarpon Springs Middle School. Thank you so much. So now we will play our final selection, one the kids and I have both enjoyed very much, Red Hill Saga. Thank you so much for being a wonderful audience.
Wow. Thanks again to Miss Lundell and our middle school band. Just amazing. You know, these are middle school students, that their accomplishments just always thrill me. And another extraordinary teacher is Dan Taylor, who you heard referenced from Thurgood Marshall Middle School. Mr. Taylor has served as our all-county coordinator, and there's just a tremendous amount of work that they do, from planning the auditions to working directly with conductors and really everything in between. And Mr. Taylor has just done a really superb job. What you've seen and heard are, yes, indeed. What you have seen and heard are our most accomplished middle school musicians, and I'm thrilled to tell you that we had so many worthy, successful middle school students audition this year that we'll be presenting a concert tomorrow night that features our orchestras, but we're also going to feature an all-county honor band. That's just a great credit to the wonderful teaching that happens in Pinellas County. And on behalf of all the students and teachers in Pinellas, we thank you for your tremendous support, and specifically your support of the referendum. We have strong music programs in every school in Pinellas County. This is due to you, the community, and your support of the referendum. Our programs would not be so strong without this vital support. And the good news, which I've told of you many times if you've been to these concerts, is that the longer students participate in music programs, the better these students perform on all measures. I mean, these students are successful everywhere. So congratulations to you. That's very, very impressive. And it certainly goes without saying that these programs would not exist without great support of a wonderful superintendent, support of district and school administrators, and it is the support of the principals, the assistant principals at these school sites that ensure arts education is thriving in our schools. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our really wonderful school board, and I know we have school board member Joanne Lentino, who's with us tonight. But at this time, I'd like to bring the house lights up and ask you to just applaud all the administrators, if you'd stand, or assistant principals and school board members. It doesn't happen without you. And as we're setting the stage, just give us a few more minutes and we'll continue with our program. But I think it looks like we are getting close to bringing students on. And if so, what we're going to do is, as our concert band members take the stage, why don't we take a little look at the work that this band did preparing over the past 3 days to prepare for tonight.
And up.
All County is awesome.
It's just an opportunity to expand their experiences beyond what they get from us in the classroom. It offers them to meet students from around the county that they wouldn't necessarily meet otherwise.
When you go out and you're with new players, it's always a better experience, just because you learn more.
Every year, the group is nothing like the year before, so every year it's a unique experience that everyone benefits from as a collective whole.
Here, they can play college-level literature with somebody who may be a college band director or somebody who's well-known in the band world.
I expect to walk away with a lot more experience within myself and the flute, and more confidence.
I want them to come forth with an idea that they can go on into college and play. They can understand what it's like to play music that's really difficult, but it's a lot more fun when it's really hard.
Music education is really my life. I build my life around it because it's such a strong foundation.
I've played the flute for 5 years, and there hasn't been a day where I didn't want to play at all, so it's a really big part of my life.
It reaches everybody. It's a universal language. It meets everybody. It has every emotional thing.
All All County is pretty great. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and I've always had fun every year. So if you're considering trying out, do it.
They can go home with their head held high that they made it, they worked hard, and they got to perform with a group that met for 3 days, put together music that normally takes 8 weeks at their home schools, and put on a concert with somebody they just met for 2 days. And it's a great experience, and it's a great time for them to grow as musicians and as adults.
Before I introduce our next concert band, on behalf of Pinellas County Music Educators Association, I want to offer my tremendous thanks to all of our all-county coordinators. As Mrs. Reynolds mentioned, Dan Taylor has done an extraordinary job coordinating our middle school all-county band. For our high schools, we have 2 amazing coordinators as well, Joe Scipiora from Boca Ciega High School and Cameron Beatty from St. Petersburg High School. I have done the coordinating job. I don't want to do it again. It's a lot of work, and they've put a lot of hours in behind the scenes. We're so thankful to have these directors so dedicated to our students here in Pinellas County. Thank you. Our concert band is made up of 9th and 10th grade students. It is under the direction of Mr. Ted Schissel. Mr. Schissel comes to us from the Douglas Anderson School of the Arts in Jacksonville, Florida. He's a skilled band director and a leader among all of his colleagues, and we're so honored to have him share his expertise with our students. I encourage you to read in your program to learn more about Mr. Schissel's accomplishments and accolades. Our 9-10 concert band will be playing the pieces in order as listed in your program. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Pinellas County 9-10 concert band under the direction of Mr. Ted Schissel. Tonight we're in for a treat. You have the privilege of hearing a world premiere performance of a musical composition. The Pinellas County Music Educators Association sponsors a student composition contest, and we do offer a small monetary award for our winning composition. We are honored to announce that Elijah Wheat from Tarpon Springs High School has won our competition this year. As an organization, PCMEA believes that we are supporting all of our teachers, but also giving every opportunity for our young performers as we can. And composition is one of those things that we can help promote in our community. Tonight we will present to you Onamazu, conducted by our composer, Elijah Wheat, for the very first time. Please welcome Elijah Wheat to the stage.
To Mr. Ross and his father.
Well, we do have one more piece. I would just like to take a brief moment and just again say thank you so much to Pinellas County School Board, to Gene Reynolds, to these fabulous directors who I hope you see day to day. I hope your child comes home and tells you all the exciting things they're doing in band. These directors are committed wholly to the goodness and wellness of your children. And the investment is incredible, I know, with lessons and fees and getting them there and this and the other, but the return on the investment with what these students are learning and experiencing and how they're able to be better human beings because of music. I hope you see that, and I hope you appreciate it. And the support of this community is incredible. To have this experience in this theater with so many stakeholders coming together for the good of our students, what a phenomenal thing. And I've been all over the state, and it doesn't happen everywhere. So I hope you're proud to be a part of this community. I hope you're proud as parents. I'm incredibly proud to have gotten to work with these wonderful students. We're going to close our portion of the program with a little Sousa March. Here's the Belle of Chicago March.
Back row, please stand. Third row, please stand. Second row. Thank you all so much. Very good job.
My goodness, what a special performance. One of my favorite parts of this evening is you kind of get to hear music education in one night. You know, you get to go from middle school. In just a moment, we're going to hear our juniors and seniors in high school, and you can hear the growth. It's truly wonderful. And I venture to say some of the students who will be coming up in the 11-12 band I bet we're sitting in that middle school band at one time. One thing about music is it teaches you focus and sticking with something and becoming really excellent. And that's a skill that all students need. So thank you so much to Mr. Schissel and the 9-10 concert band students. As we move to our final performance this evening, that conductor is also an extraordinary educator. You'll see in your program that Dr. Ross is the Director of Bands and Associate Professor of Music at Appalachian State University in North Carolina. And as you heard in one of the videos, we do like to bring some of the best conductors and clinicians from around the country to our students, but also to our teachers, because watching a great conductor work is the best professional development I can bring to my colleagues here. And watching these conductors work with students has been a great learning experience for all of us. Dr. Ross has certainly inspired thousands of students, actually including some of our own directors who were so inspired when they were students under his direction that they asked if we could bring Dr. Ross back here to Pinellas. So needless to say, I'm delighted he accepted the invitation. And you'll get to see a background of him when he comes out, because he'll do a little warm-up with the students before he's officially introduced. So that'll be fun as well. But as we're changing over, and this is a little bit of a bigger change from the 9-10 to the 11-12 band, why don't we just go ahead and take our behind-the-scenes look at our 11-12 symphonic band students getting ready for today.
Some of the biggest benefits of being in an all-county group is just the opportunity to be collaborative with your peers that don't go to the same school as you, but share similar interests that you have. It's a great opportunity for students to come together. Music is one of those very, very collaborative art forms, so seeing it all come together in a weekend process is very fulfilling for these students, very fulfilling for the educators, and as a coordinator, it's really just cool to see all the hard work from behind the scenes of all the teachers that we have in Pinellas County coming together for the good of the students on stage.
Last year when I participated in the 11-12 band, it really brought out a better player in me. I was exposed to a lot of new techniques and ideas that I then implemented in my own band.
It benefits me in the fact that it gives me something to try for every year. Seeing as you have to audition, it's definitely something that you have to prep for, and that's probably the hardest part. And this, you actually have to dive deep into what you're doing and really look at what you're actually doing to try to get in every year. So personally, that makes me a better musician.
Well, it's pretty important, so like if you want to do something musical with your life, you need music education, so it's a big part of my life.
Music education is one of those things that you can't get in any other class. You know, it's one of the activities that uses both sides of the brains. There's studies that show that being involved in the arts, not just music, but in the arts in general, is good for nurturing collaboration, nurturing teamwork, self-confidence, commitments, a standard of excellence, and just a lot of pride. You can see the pride on the faces at the end of the concert when everything goes off the way it's supposed to.
Our 11th and 12th grade symphonic band is under the direction of Dr. John Ross. As Mrs. Reynolds mentioned, you can read it in your program, Dr. Ross is a very accomplished music educator. He is a well-respected colleague and has been so inspirational to many of us. As a sought-after clinician, he does some very innovative work with Weave's Sound Painting Orchestra. This is a improvisational group that kind of incorporates musicians and dancers and the visual arts and also actors. The 11th, 12th grade symphonic band program will be March from Symphonic Metamorphosis, An American Elegy, Toccata, Gold Dust, and Red Rock Mountain. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Ross and the 11th and 12th grade Pinellas All-County High School Symphonic Band.
Good evening, everybody. What a great concert. Isn't this a wonderful concert hall? How about a nice round of applause for all the people that work at the Mahaffey Center? We really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. What a wonderful hall. In 1999, there was a mass shooting at Columbine High School. We all remember it. On that day, our country changed. 2 weeks later, the next piece that we are going to play was written to honor those who were killed at the high school, but mainly as a piece of music to commemorate hope, hopefulness for the future. Earlier today in our rehearsal here, I asked these fantastic musicians on stage to think of a person that they would like to dedicate their performance to. So this is going to be a very moving performance of Kelly's an American Elegy. We hope you enjoy. Thank you. much, everybody. You're fantastic. Thank you. Shake my hand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Fantastic. Nice shades. I want a pair. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. What a pleasure. What a pleasure.
Thank you all so much for coming this evening. Another round of applause for Dr. Ross and the wonderful 11-12 Orchestra. Thank all the student musicians. I invite you to come back tomorrow night. We have an all-county orchestra concert right here. So many wonderful musicians. Thank you so much for coming. Have a safe drive home. Remember to get your students in backstage. Good evening.